Welcome back to Channel 5 News at noon. Well, we started the day with temperatures in the mid-60s and a lot of fog and clouds around. But since then, fog has disappeared and now we're looking at temperatures in the mid-80s as we speak. But there are a few areas like Rio Grande City still warming up for the day, about to reach the 70s, and on the island right around 72 degrees this afternoon. Here's a look at the First Warn 5 Doppler network, and you see a lot of the rain still falling over along the coastline and in central as well as portions of inland Cameron and Willacy County. So I'm going to zoom into that activity. You can see that just a few isolated showers just moving through Los Fresnos at this hour and just over the Port Isabel and South Padre Island area. Zooming up the coast going into Arroyo Gardens and just outside of Santa Monica right now, just an isolated shower or two. But notice that little yellow in there. It could be a little bit more moderate in terms of rainfall at times, but for the most part, just a lot of light green. Let's go outside courtesy of Sky 5 this afternoon in McAllen, and you can see that the clouds have started to break a little bit. They're still a little thick there in the upper valley, but we have seen a good amount of sunshine this afternoon, so we're going to continue to warm up. Let's go back to the map and zoom into the future track model, and you'll see that back here in the valley we're going to be dealing with another few showers or so over the next couple of hours before they begin to fizzle out. And then the second half of the day, future track indicates that the clouds will kind of break apart and we'll have a good amount of sunshine and clearing into the second half of the day, into the evening hours. But then that'll change overnight. The clouds thicken back up and even fog is possible. Zooming out and looking across Texas, here is your setup. We have this warm front well to our north now. It's actually about over central Texas. You can see all of the rain being pushed to the north and east this afternoon, and temperatures are pretty mild compared to the rest of the nation. When we zoom out here, you can see just over the upper Midwest going into the Great Lakes. They have some snow there, and that will continue to impact the forecast for the rest of the weekend for them. If you're traveling to anywhere in the Central Plains, upper Midwest, and even to the Pacific Northwest, you're going to be dealing with delays because of this next system. It's moving on shore as we speak, bringing a lot of heavy rain all along the Pacific Northwest coastline all the way down into California. And then as it moves inland over the higher elevations, it turns into snow, and it'll continue to be a big snow event as it moves closer to the Rockies and over the Central Plains over the next couple of days for Christmas. It looks like there could even be blizzards and whiteouts in the forecast, but everywhere in the southeast and in Texas, we're going to be good to go. It's just going to be very warm here. So we're going to continue with our southeast flow, and that'll warm things up this afternoon. We'll be in the lower 80s. Look at the rest of Texas in the 60s and 70s. So we're pretty warm. And even the Gulf Coast states, you see portions of Louisiana in the 60s and 70s this afternoon. But as we head into tomorrow, pretty much almost a carbon copy type of day. We'll have the clouds break apart a little bit more in the afternoon. High temperatures again in the 80s, and then the rest of the state will be in the 60s and 70s. The 60s mainly farther up in North Texas. By the time Sunday rolls around, still pretty mild. But look, Amarillo is starting to get a little bit cooler. Albuquerque, New Mexico, 37. So that's an indication that the next storm system is coming in to the state of Texas. It will stay to our north. So it looks like Christmas Day here in the valley will still be very, very warm. We'll be right around 83 degrees with partly sunny skies, and it will be very breezy out there. So if you have any plans outdoors, please remember to carry something weighted so all of your stuff doesn't blow away. It looks like a pretty warm weekend in the 80s for the RGV. Elsewhere, well, that's a different story. You'll have to carry some warmer clothing if you're going outside the valley. Looking at the coastal forecast for today, a moderate chop on the bay with seas at 2 to 3 feet. There are no advisories. High temperatures will look a lot like this, 77 on the coast, and then the farther inland you go is where it could get a little bit warmer. McAllen, you're expected to reach 86 today, Edinburgh 85, everywhere else between 82 and 84 degrees. Again, those south-southeast winds will be a little gusty this afternoon, but if they slow down enough tonight, we could get some more fog developing. I think it's going to be patchy in nature, though, really nothing too heavy out there with low temperatures in the upper 60s, so pretty mild night on tap. Now, again, as we head into the weekend, partly sunny, warm and breezy for Saturday and Sunday. So Christmas Eve day 81, Christmas Eve 69 will be your overnight low, and then we'll be right back near 83 degrees for Christmas Day. Now as we head into early next week, that's where we bring in a few more showers, so have your umbrellas ready to rock and roll. Temperatures will stay in the lower 80s through midweek, but then a cold front will arrive later in the work week and it'll gradually cool things down. So we're only going down to 75 initially, but I think slightly cooler near the end of the work week and into New Year, but we'll keep an eye on that. Your overnight lows will stay right in the mid to upper 60s. That's your updated First Warn 5 forecast. Now we're going to go over to Alan, who has a very special zoo.